Hi everyone, this is Liz from Lizzie's Dressing Table. So welcome to the final installment of the Great Avon unboxing. We've gone through more than 50 bottles of vintage Avon over the last 5 episodes, and I cannot believe it, but we are finally at the last portion of this lot. And to be honest with you, I'm really happy about that. I have opened a lot of bottles of Avon vintage perfume from the 1970s, some from the 1960s too. And so they haven't been terribly great, but some of them have been good, and certainly all of the bottles are pretty darn interesting. So first of all, what I would like to do, and I'm trying something new for this video. I've been on camera for the last 5 videos, but I have seen other perfume reviewers and influencers do the videos that have the quote-unquote disembodied voice or disembodied body. No, I think it's disembodied voice. So I am trying my hand at doing that for this video. I am new to video production. I launched my channel back in middle of October. And so if you have tuned into my other videos, I truly appreciate it. And if you like my content, I hope that you will consider sponsoring. But without further ado, let's get started on this particular portion of the 60+ vintage Avon bottles that I took delivery of. Quick reminder, this is the haul that I took in delivery of back in September. So first of all, we have, and I'm going to make sure that this is in focus. So we've got the Avon Hearth lamp. It's got Elusive cologne, 8 ounces. So this is what the box looks like. I purchased about 66 Avon perfume bottles from a former coworker, and she charged me $20 for all of this. So let's see what this looks like. So I'm going to unbox it here. So we have got the cap, and they've got some styrofoam components in here, but here is the Hearth lamp. It's got a little bit of dust on it, but here is what the item looks like, the Hearth lamp. And what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to sniff these. This is Elusive cologne. I'm going to put this back in the shot so that there is something to look at. And so Elusive cologne, according to Fragrantica.com, which is basically where I have been getting my fragrance notes and accords, what I've been doing is basically listing the accords, because some of these colognes have so many fragrance notes that it's hard to fit them into the banner. But according to Fragrantica, these accords for Elusive are smoky, floral, warm, spicy, and woodsy. I'm going to take another sniff. So it's not bad. And Elusive cologne was not something that was real common in this particular lot, but there's the last look. Some of you might remember, and I think this might be from the first unboxing that I did, is we have this Elusive foaming bath oil. This is called Sea Spirit, and hopefully the color isn't quite as bright as it was, but there's the box. So yeah, this didn't have that heavy of a scent because it's bath oil, so it was pretty faint. But that's just a reminder of what we've already unboxed. And then this next item is the Indian Chieftain Avon Protein Hair Lotion for Men. It's 4 fluid ounces. And I suppose if Avon were updated with the time, it would be Native American Chieftain. But so it says pour a small amount into palm, massage through wet or dry hair, comb into place, restyle with wet or dry comb. When empty, wash thoroughly. Your handsome decanter is ready for display. And then I should show you what the sides look like. We've got the Native Americans in a canoe. And then another figure on horseback. So here is what this bottle looks like. It's got the figure's face on it. I'm going to very quickly. Now, it did not identify a specific scent, but this smells interesting. I can't tell you what scent it was or is. So, there we go. Indian Chieftain hair oil. Does anyone really use hair oil anymore? Not sure when this item came out. I didn't really do much research on exactly when these items came out, but interesting. And so now we will move on to Avon high button shoe, and this has Unforgettable in it. And here's what the box looks like. And so, according to Fragrantica, this scent was launched in 1965, and it contains oak moss, leather, carnation, labdanum, floral notes, patchouli, and orange. So, I've seen pictures of this online. So, here is what the shoe looks like. There is some that's been used, but as with the others, that actually smells, scent-wise, quite good. And so, yeah. And that scent, as I think I mentioned, was introduced in 1965. So, there we go with that. So, I'm just going to pack this back up. And so, moving along, the next item that we have is called Avon's Golden Thimble. And according to the research that I've done, this bottle could contain either charisma, a cur, or a bird of paradise. If you've watched some of my other videos, you've seen that we've had quite a bit of charisma, some of a cur, and some of bird of paradise. So this does not have a label on the bottom. And that smells kind of skanky. So I definitely don't think I'll be dabbing that behind my ears and on my wrist. But it's a pretty item. And as you can see, no label, but it is quite full. So what can you say? I've got a full bottle of something that doesn't smell all that great. So But moving on, we have the Pennsylvania Dutch Moonwind cologne. I do have quite a few bottles of Moonwind, but here is the box. And so here is what this looks like. It's got those 1960s, 1970s colors, the green, the yellow, the brown, the orange. So yeah, if you want to put in your den, your 1970s den, you'll be styling. So this scent is, as I said, Moonwind. So Moonwind is a scent that was introduced in 1971. It is described as an aromatic green scent, and the specific notes are oak moss, aldehydes, green notes, narcissus, woody notes, lavender, vetiver, bergamot, and grapefruit. So let's have a sniff. Oh, ugh. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's very sharp, very metallic at the top. Not a great specimen. So yeah. And what I have read online is what you can do with scents that have just gone off and you just want to dump the scents is to get kitty litter and dump the contents into the kitty litter and dispose of them that way. Apparently, it is not good for the environment to just dump these scents down the drain. Of course, I don't want to give a lecture on proper disposal, but I think I'm going to be buying a lot of kitty litter with this lot. And yeah, so I'll go ahead, if I haven't already, and I will insert a picture of the lot that I purchased, just so you can see what the original entire collection looked like. There was a lot. So we have 4 more items. So this is Library Lamp from Avon. It's got Charisma Cologne, 4 fluid ounces. And here's what the bottle looks like. That looks like some major dirt on the side. And quite a bit of wording on the back. The person who owned this collection, I think that this collection was sitting in her garage prior to my owning it. So Charisma, and I'm trying to get off, wow, this is packed pretty tightly, but Charisma is something that is really sort of a kitchen sink kind of floral. It's got for the top notes aldehydes, coriander, hyacinth, neroli, peach, and bergamot. The mid notes are carnation, rose, ylang ylang, lily of the valley, narcissus, jasmine, and orris root. And base scents are civet, musk, styrax, sandalwood, amber, tonka bean, and vanilla. So thank you for bearing with me as I read off those notes. So here is this bottle, and that is really quite cute. It's pretty, and it's really clean too. I mean, the box is dirty, but that's pretty clean. So I'm gonna take a sniff. There's a label on top of it sealing it. So it smells pretty diluted. So not great, but it's cute. So with owning 66 bottles of various Avon scents in various forms, boy, you know, I'm not even sure where I'm going to put all of this stuff. And I'm thinking that what I may do is a future video about where did I put all of this stuff if I did place it in my house. I mean, my house isn't that big, So, all right, so now we have got something for the guys. Although, you know, I know women can carry weapons. And, you know, I had thoughts about not including these items because, quite honestly, you know, I don't like to have guns in the house, but these are pistols, revolvers that contain the scents. And my cameraman, who usually helps me with this, said I should just include it because it is part of what Avon did as far as the items that they produced for the many, many different bottles for the consumer. So this is Deep Woods, and I just need to find my notes on what Deep Woods. Deep Woods contains lavender, woody notes, spicy notes, patchouli, herbal notes, bergamot, and lemon. So I think with some of these, it might include some assembly, or maybe not. So I'm sorry, this is kind of out of the focus or the screen, but that's all that. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. We do have the second part. So yes, some assembly is required. So there we go. Gonna hold up my my local Chanel perfume boutique and say, give me all you got. So let me just take this apart and I will try not to get the contents all over the place. So that is actually quite good. And full disclosure, I did open some of these scents prior to videotaping them because let's face it, when you take delivery of a collection that has 66 bottles, I did let curiosity get the better of me. And really, the guys' colognes smell quite a lot better than the women's colognes. So there we go. Your hands up. So, all right. And, okay, we'll just put that Revolver to the side. And so this item is Dueling Pistol, number 11. I'm trying to get that reflection off of it. And this is Ty Wynn's Aftershave. Now, Ty Wynn's is not something that I had ever heard of prior to taking collection of this. Ty Wynn's was launched in 1971, and the notes, according to Fragrantica.com, is they have spicy notes, musk, lavender, herbal notes, and citruses. So, okay, so here's a portion of the pistol. And then we have got, I'm just needing to fumble around with this. Sorry, folks. So there's that part. So let me, and you know what? I don't want to open these if they haven't been opened before, but I assume it's going to go like this. And this is pretty long for the video, so I'm going to back my hands up. And so let's see what Ty Wynn's smell like. You know what? That smells really good. It really does. It's powdery. I'm going to smell it again. I like that. You know, it's really sort of got kind of a cola scent. And I have heard of some perfumes, colognes, whatever, having a cola scent. So, yeah, I think we've got a winner with this one. So I'm going to put my gun down. And then, all right, we have got the last cologne bottle. So drum roll, please. What a relief. So this is the Dueling Pistol 1760 Deep Woods Aftershave. So I know we had a previous bottle of Deep Woods, and just to remind you, Deep Woods contains lavender, woody notes, spicy notes, patchouli, herbal notes, bergamot, and lemon. So I will go ahead and open this up, and it's got quite a big insert, and I will also show you that the box has information just about gun making, the history. So, right, so, and hopefully you guys can see this. So this comes just fully contained. No assembly required. You can just whip this sucker out and there you go. So let's open Deep Woods, and it is pretty full. So kind of tell that it has aged. So, yeah, there we go. An interesting item. One that will maybe go into a cabinet or into a container that I have with all of the other Avon colognes. Although I have placed items here and there. I've been storing some of my items in the bathroom, which I know is a big no-no as far as perfumes go. But hey, you know, if they've already gone off, who cares? But I did have a bonus item, and it has nothing to do with perfume. But this is something that came in the lot, and let me write it. So this is an Avon Christmas plate, 1975, Skaters on the Pond. So, and yeah, this was the only non-perfume product. So, and it's just in time for Christmas because, hey, you know, who wants to give the Thanksgiving turkey his due when you can rush right into Christmas? But, and then I'm going to get rid of this styrofoam. But, so that's really cute. And I will say that the Christmas Plate Series 4th edition Skaters on the Pond, made exclusively for Avon Products, Inc. in 1976 by Enoch Wedgwood, Tunstall Limited in England. Avon Products, Inc., 1976. So I'm not sure. I think I looked up months ago if Enoch Wedgwood was related to Hosea Wedgwood. And I think that, yes, they were related, and Enoch might have been Hosea's father. I'm not sure. Please don't quote me on that. I looked it up months ago, which I'm totally giving myself away that I've already looked at this item, but I thought, you know, it's really pretty. And so I definitely think that I will display this plate. Wedgwood is definitely something that I would consider buying because it's a really nice company. They have beautiful items. And so there we go. I never knew that Wedgwood made items for Avon, but there we go. Evidence. So anyway, we are now left with a completely empty table, except for a lovely Viva Doe cosmetics ad, which I purchased from a vintage and antiques place in Clinton, Michigan. So don't have much history about that, but I do love buying prints like that, and I do not mind paying for a magazine page. But anyway, so thank you so much for joining me for this massive Avon haul. It's been 6 episodes now. I've learned a lot with video production. Sorry, and I know you guys, let me just lower my camera here as I set this back up. Part of this was just learning the skill of video production, and it's been very educational. So thank you for sticking with me and for all of the sometimes wild color variations. And after this video, I am going to be taking all of you on a vintage shopping trip to Bay City, where we're going to do a hunt and sniff for vintage perfume. So thank you again for watching this video. If you like my content, please subscribe, leave me a comment, and I would so appreciate that. I thank you for your support. And with that, I say goodbye until the next video. Thanks all. Bye.